YouTubers, this is another video from your friendly neighborhood reviewer, Evelyn. So today we're going to be reviewing another K-drama series. We can find this series on Netflix. It's titled Cafe Minamdang. I did a reaction to the trailer, so I've seen the first 4 episodes. So just a quick recap, the series stars the actor Seo In-guk as the title character of Nam Han-jun. And then we have the title female of the actress Yeon-seo, if you might remember her from Korean Odyssey and Mad for Each Other, who plays Han Jae-yi. The series is quite easy to explain so far in the first few episodes. The good points about this series, we see probably a bit more of a comedic side from Seo In-guk, but then again, I'll get into the negatives. So the basic premise of the series, Nam Han-jun was like a police profiler, I wouldn't say FBI, like a profiler in the police, and he got framed for a crime that involved the brother of Han Jae-yi, in which he was sentenced to prison for 3 years. And when he comes out, Nam Han-jun gets reunited with his hacker sister that conveniently gets kicked out of the kind of like computer intelligence part of Korea. So her and her brother, they meet up with Nam Han-jun's colleague, an ex-police officer of Soo-hyun, where the 3 of them, due to circumstances and fate, they open up a coffee shop that moonlights as a shaman place, because through a series of flashbacks within the first 4 episodes, we see that Nam Han-jun, inadvertently gets mistaken by a shaman because his colleague of Soo-hyun is rented the whole floor that had a shaman place next to a private detective place, and a client conveniently comes in and mistakes Nam Han-jun for a shaman. And that's when Nam Han-jun sees that the way to be able to make money and to fund his secret mission is to pretend to be a shaman, in which he can like help keep the lights on. But then again, we find out that Nam Han-jun and his sister looks like they come from a rich family. I have no idea. And we find out that Nam Han-jun's great objective within this series is to find out who framed them and who killed. We find out that Han Jae-yi, the female character's brother, was best friends with Nam Han-jun. And we see through a series of flashbacks that Nam Han-jun trained Han Jae-yi in judo back in the day, which I find particularly weird because the age difference in the flashbacks, that the girl is like, 8 years younger than Nam Han-jun. But when you see them much older, it's kind of weird to see that age difference. We have to believe that the actress Yeon-seo is probably playing like 28, 29, but in actual fact, the actress is like 35 years old. So with each episode, we keep on finding out about the cafe's function. Because in the first episode, we see that the cafe goes and handles this like corrupt business guy, in which the wife goes and hires Nam Han-jun as a shaman to help her with her husband. But Nam Han-jun's greater goal is to find out like the business guy of the husband, like what leads up to the ranks of corruption. And then he ends up clashing with the previous prosecutor that went and sent Nam Han-jun to jail, and they end up like getting him as bait and finding out how far high is the corruption. What's the most off-putting thing about this series is I can understand, comedy, but in the misplaced timings, it just detracts from the overall arching of the story. And I know probably Seo In-guk maybe chose this role as like, people might see him solely as a serious, complex guy. But then again, some of the instances, for example, when we have flashbacks when Nam Han-jun is in the bus going to prison because they've already jailed him, he's there getting emotional and stuff, and we're thinking, oh my god, you start to feel sorry. And then we get an over dramatization of him, crying, that takes away from the feeling that this innocent guy is going to prison. And the same going with his colleague of Soo-hyun, in which he gets fired from the police station. There's right times to have comedy and there's wrong times to have comedy, which detracts from the story. However, I kept faith because I've been seeing a recurring theme with these K-dramas, that the first 4 episodes you get through all this filler stuff trying to explain everything, and then by the 4th episode onwards we get down to the story, in which by episode 4 both Han Jae-yi and Nam Han-jun inadvertently discover that the killer that they're after is still alive, because when in around episode 4 when Nam Ha-jun is dealing with a case of his client, that which the woman went and thought that her house was being, terrorized by a ghost. We end up finding out that these 2 poor kids were breaking into houses and stealing food and hiding in the sewer around the town. They find the other boy, but they found the body buried in this type of cloth or shroud, in which we see in later flashbacks that we theorize that the person that went and framed Nam Han-jun and killed Han Ji-ee's brother is a serial killer that's obsessed with shamanism. So we see the plot connection there. We don't know now. We have to suspend belief that this is a huge coincidence that Nam Han-jun became in the position as a fake shaman. It is a little bit reminiscent of the Mentalist series starring, I forgot the actor's name again, but who did Patrick Jane in The Mentalist, in which Nam Han-jun is using his profiler skills to do a lot of cold reading, a lot of assumption or psychological profile. And we see that the way he gets helped in making believe that he really is a shaman, because he uses his sister Nam Hae-jun as a hacker to find out everything about their clients' lives. And so it shows kind of like the muscle. But I'm starting to warm a little bit more to Nam Han-jun, but then again, the first 3 episodes made him look quite evil and more like mischievous. But then again, at the same time, hopefully the series will start coming together by episode 4 onwards as we see more of the serious stuff. And the actress Yeon-seo, she was great in that show, Mad for Each Other. I'll put a thumbnail. She did crazy great there. But in this case, they written Han Ji-ee's character as a sister looking for justice for her murdered brother, in which we find out that the brother was like a prosecutor working with Nam Han-jun. But she's too blind to see anything else apart from the evidence. And we find out that Nam Han-jun is on purposely trying to avoid Han Ji-ee due to the last request by Han Ji-ee's mother to stay away from her. So I really hope by episode 5 to 6 we kind of see Han Ji-ee kind of maturing, because she was being put as a position as a lieutenant due to convenience of her exposing corruption. But so far Han Ji-ee's deduction skills as a detective sucks big time. And I don't know where the series is going with this. I'm hoping that both characters start to change. That's what I'm hoping for. But anyway, this is quite a short one. I'm going to summarize things. What do I think about the series? I'm still holding out chance because I like Seo In-guk as an actor and also Yeon-seo. But they need to tone it down with the comedic stuff for the right moments. And some of the moments when you feel something is real as a viewer, you can believe in it. And when you feel like something's over dramatic, you get put off if it doesn't add any value to the story. Okay, so we're at the end of the video. I want to say a big thank you to any new viewers. I really would appreciate it if you could subscribe, leave a share or comment. Really, I would appreciate it. Help the channel grow. And as I leave you always, stay safe. Bye.